been translated into every written language. It has been a stage play and an opera. And now, one of the most imaginative film directors at work today takes a fascinating new look at the Three Musketeers.
The overriding aim was to be true to Dumas himself.
Richard Lester, director of The Beatles in Help and A Hard Day's Night, has developed his own unique approach to the Three Musketeers. It is his intention, as accurately as possible, to capture the reality of the era.
I've tried to keep some awareness for the audience at all times that we are in the 17th century and that it was a very dirty century.
Part of the way you achieve the period is by the accuracy of detail. You can't let the actresses use the hairdos they like.
Diamonds have to be real. The feathers are real.
It will be absolutely true to period, more so than has ever been done before.
In creating his film, the director stresses not merely the adventure, the intrigue, and the romance of the original novel, but also its inherent comic qualities. And comedy is Lester's forte. The 17th century was a complex, exciting period. And true to history, the story is rich and complicated. All the characters in the Three Musketeers are based on historical figures.
Well, I played D'Artagnan. He's the kind of the young man, in a way, the kind of hero whose story revolves around his adventures.
D'Artagnan, a bumbling country boy, arrives in Paris and soon runs into the Musketeers. Oliver Reed plays Athos. Frank Finlay is the arrogant Porthos, and Richard Chamberlain is Aramis. D'Artagnan finds that the lives of the Musketeers are dedicated to three things: pleasure, patriotism, and a good fight. D'Artagnan's sweetheart is Constance Bonacieux, played by Raquel Welch.
She's rather pathetic because she really wants to do the best things for everybody, and she likes everybody. But she ends up sort of messing everything up with all her good intentions.
Geraldine Chaplin is the Queen of France. Simon Ward is her lover, the Duke of Buckingham, Prime Minister of England.
Give me something to remember you by.
Jean-Pierre Cassel is the foolish king, Louis XIII. Conspiring against the Queen is the ambitious Cardinal Richelieu, played by Charlton Heston.
He's, in a sense, really the most interesting man in the piece. Certainly the most powerful, certainly the most complicated, certainly the most intelligent.
Richelieu's accomplices are Milady de Winter, played by Faye Dunaway, and Christopher Lee as Rochefort.
Rochefort is really the villain of the piece in every sense. He is the lover of Milady, and he is the right-hand man of Cardinal Richelieu. He's also the best swordsman in the whole of France.
One of the most important tools of the filmmaker in establishing a feeling is music. Surprisingly, composer Michel Legrand had never worked on a period picture before, and for this film, he was racing against an almost impossible time limit.
It should take me at least 2.5 months, 3 months, but they gave me 10 days. But in this case, I had to approach it at a jet speed.
More than anything else, The Three Musketeers is an action story. And the film contains a number of extremely difficult but masterfully choreographed fight scenes. Careful planning went into every sequence, but sometimes accidents were unavoidable.
And I must say we're working here with a marvelous bunch of stuntmen who really know their stuff. For the most part, it's been practical to do as much of one's own stunt work as possible.
Generally, in the long run, the actors have done their own fights and
They've used real swords. I've had all the rubber ones and all the plastic stuff and everything for safety, but generally, by the time we come to shoot it, they're using the real stuff.
Oliver Reed got a sword through his wrist.
And came out the other side, fortunately.
Christopher Lee broke an elbow, and
the horses kept throwing people.
My nose seems to be an object which attracts all kinds of danger. In this picture, I've cut it twice. Miraculously, I haven't had to cut my eyes out.
It was something terribly dangerous. Well, we might have an accident. Of course, we don't allow the actor to do it. We don't allow him, even if he wants to.
Making a picture the size of the Three Musketeers is incredibly detailed work. Shooting can go on for months with seemingly endless retakes and changes. The hot Mediterranean sun and heavy period costumes add to the discomfort. However, the good humor of the film carried over to the day-to-day work.
I think I'm having more fun on the Three Musketeers than anything I've done for a long time.
It's a fun movie to make.
The main objective is to entertain the public.
Entertainment is what Alexander Dumas had in mind over a century ago when he wrote The Three Musketeers.